whatnot, this paper's cold. Every issue, a story that's gotta be told.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, it's Whatnot, Why Not time. The weekly podcast that says, why not? For what not? All right, we're going to bring in our panelists for this week. We've got some more joining a little bit later. They're just a little tardy. They're going to have to sit at the back of the class, maybe get, sit in the corner with the dunce cap on for a while, but that's all right. We got people here already. First up, we've got Mr. Owner himself, Omen Biz.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Thank you for being here. I meant to keep my camera on.
Oh, I can smell that bacon.
It didn't work, did it?
All right. Next up, we have Skipping Stone.
Hello, everyone. Oops. Hello, everyone. What am I doing? I thought my mic was off. Welcome to my first time. I just wanted to grab those frogs and pet their bellies. Love them.
Yeah. And we also have backstage coming to the main stage. It is the NWO Punisher Rider.
The one, the only Punisher Rider has arrived.
Hello, Punisher.
Hey, Mr. Punisher, and I can't find his thing. Where'd it go? I must have lost it. What the heck? No, I can't have lost it. Just kidding, kid. Must be his first time trying beer. All right. Who do we have in the chat? Well, we've got Pilsner Props.
The one and only Pilsner Props. Everybody give that stud a follow.
Yeah.
Hello, Pilsner.
And make fun of them as much as you can, because it's so much fun.
Stop threatening us with another.
All right. So we're going to start this week, just like we have the last couple weeks, with the new segment, good versus bad. Since we've only got a couple panelists at the beginning, we're going to go over, tell us a good thing that happened this week on Whatnot and a bad thing that happened this week on Whatnot. Let's start with Mr. Omen Bits.
Lots of good this week, but I think the one that stuck out the most to me is mod recognition. I feel like mods are being appreciated to another degree and another level. That is very well deserved. Mods kind of carry our shows for us, so seeing that extra recognition and support for them is huge. And where I kind of picked this up from is a big seller that I mod for. He's an awesome guy. His name is Sweetbids on Whatnot. Rather than accepting tips himself, he encourages his chat to tip the mods for all their hard work. And that's something I'm going to be implementing in my shows moving forward, because those, few extra dollars don't mean much to me. I mean, yeah, it helps, but I would rather pass that on to my mods and make sure that they know that they're loved and supported and very much appreciated. Michael, how's it going, bro? Thanks for stopping in. The bad, funny enough, the last time I was dealing with this was the last time I was on this show. So maybe Flat Earth is just plotting against me, but no, I'm kidding. I've been dealing with a lot of negativity still from other sellers and buyers, both alike. Jealousy and, he just got lucky and he's selling things too cheap. He's selling things too expensive. I hear it all. And, the good in that is I'm learning the resilience and how to properly conduct myself in the business setting. But yeah, definitely an annoyance that, puts a little bit of a delay on my day at times. So yeah, well, again, unfortunately, the good in that is turning it around into positive experiences, which Teresa talks about all the time. She's dealt with it firsthand. I've had one guy DM me earlier in the week calling me an effing retard because USPS delayed his package, and I turned that around into a 5-star experience. So yeah, it sucks, but the good is learning how to conduct myself and turn those into positive experiences.
Very cool. And yes, I am plotting against you.
I figured you were hacking me. It's got to be bots. There's no way that these are real people attacking me.
Of course.
I'm convinced that they are Canadian bots.
Well, that's the thing. Canadian bots because after every sentence, it ends with A, and they're very polite about, making fun of you.
I'm sorry for disturbing.
Teresa, what good and bad have you got this week?
Well, I have got to say the good I saw, I think it was yesterday. It was so epic. Another mastermind moment. We raided in, he was like, who should we raid? So we raided Dr. Nick, right? And he was it was another moment. It was like when he raided into Jay Sless, and Dr. Nick was like, oh my God, you want me to give this away? I don't know what to do. He was so flustered. It was really cute. And Mastermind in his true form not only does it once, not only does it twice, but does it 3 times. And he's just totally so blown away and so flabbergasted after selling a couple more books. He's like, I got to go take a nap. And it was so cute. And it was so fun. And people won big books and all on Mastermind Andrew's generosity. And it was a great moment and I loved it. And we tried to do it again when I went in, he raided into another seller, and the other seller was like, no, I'm not giving that book to nobody. You're getting it. I'm like, fine, then I'll take it and I'll give it away on my stream. That's okay. But it was really cute. The whole Dr. Nick's response to the generosity of Andrew and Logan over at Masterminds. The bad, probably people not doing well mentally with some of the slowing down of some of the sales and having breakdowns on stream. I heard of one last night, and I physically saw another seller losing her stuff on whatnot and just venting and calling her customers assholes. And I know I've had that moment, but that was toy buyers, and that don't count. No, I'm kidding. But we got to understand that there's going to be ebbs and flows in business. We've got to understand there's going to be highs and lows. And when the lows happen, we can't let it eat us alive. Maybe we pivot. Maybe we don't. Maybe we, try something different. That's certainly an opportunity to do so. But we don't get mad at our customers for buying or not buying what we have, right? Maybe they had to put gas in their car this week and they can't afford it. Maybe the grocery bill was a little higher than they expected. Maybe their house payment went up $400 a month because their homeowner's insurance went up $400 a month, as mine did. But we need to understand stuff happens. We can't expect everyone to buy our stuff, and if we need to vent, call a friend and vent. Call your mom, call your brother, call your call your bestie. I don't know, but don't sit there and get mad at the customers for not buying when there's different reasons why they may not be buying. Maybe it's what you're selling. Maybe it's just the economy. And that's my bad. But I love the masterminds moments. They're so epic. And if you ever can get a chance to catch them, well, just follow them and you'll see it happen. It's pretty epic. And the generosity that comes out of people, it uplifts other people, and they have the opportunity to do so. And I highly recommend Mastermind Collectibles to watch. So, yay.
Very nice. That's good to hear. And yeah, I got to see Mastermind in Jay Celeste's show when it happened. So it was a whirlwind. You just sit back and you watch it happen.
Yeah, it's pretty epic, huh? Makes you feel good even if you're not the winner.
Yeah, I was gonna be, if I won one, I was gonna be like, no, I'm keeping mine. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Mr. Punisher, good and bad this week.
Well, I have been doing a lot of whatnot research over the last week. And I can tell you, everybody's heard, or most people have heard of the lawsuit and everything. But I did a little bit farther deep dive into this. Whatnot has serious problems. And the bad, give you a couple examples. One, a seller decided to put a 9mm Glock up on his stream for $500 and tried to sell his firearm live on a stream.
No.
I have the video.
Oh no.
He said I didn't want to display it here. I have the other ones, Punisher.
Okay. So not only that, you have young kids that are hooked into an account and they're doing sales in their classrooms, they're doing sales in their room. So something bad's going to happen on Whatnot eventually. As us adults are going and we handle our business and we do everything, and the community that we have joined, including this community, fantastic. But let me just throw this caveat at you. Your kid is selling some bullshit on Whatnot, scam somebody, send somebody some fake bullshit. Their address is sitting on that return label, and somebody decides to come into your house. And you're seeing these videos over and over again. As I went and searched more, it's not only what Skippin said about the blowouts, and I can tell you right now, in the comic community, we've seen it a few times. The reason why I bring this up in the comic community, because we have started to see fakes roll in. But in the card community, it is insane. In the Pokemon section, insane. So I am just preparing ourselves. If we're starting to see it roll into the comic community, who knows, right? All I can say is know what the fuck your kids are doing. Seriously, if you got a young kid, teenager, whatever, I think Whatnot needs to have something where you have to show a driver's license to get things. Now you put in a fake account or some bullshit like that. Within 2 minutes, it's like be a seller in minutes. Be a seller in minutes. Like they want you on there, and there's like no oversight. That's my bad. because what would have happened? What would have happened if that person would have sold that gun and shipped that gun? ATF. What if a kid bought it? What if something bad happened? Or what? It doesn't matter. It should have never even happened. So you can delete somebody's account. Big fucking deal. They're going to change their name. We've seen it in the card industry. This guy absolutely
New
destroyed
comics.
people's cards, and they turn around and add 2 letters to their name, and they're back within a week. It's so bad right now, and it's we don't see it as much in the comic, but there's a lot of other groups that are I can't imagine what it's like in some of these other categories. That's my bad. The good. I have seen a lot of generosity. Not only mastermind skipping, I've seen just an overall, even as expensive as gas is getting, every time knows when gas goes up, everything else goes up. That means somebody wants more money. Somebody wants a raise. And if they get a raise, that means that cost goes up. If it's a hairdresser, if it's this, if it's that, then they've got to set their cost to match what the economy is and what the current situation is. So, and then that product, that service, whatever goes cost. Well, here's the thing. There's only so much money you go around, and it's unless you have a shit ton of money or you're making a shit ton of money or have a phenomenal job or something like that, money, you got to figure out what's important. I mean, comics, cards, all that is a luxury. It's not a necessity. No matter what anybody says, do we all love it? Absolutely. But it's not a necessity. Some things you need to survive. So, but the generosity I've seen out there, the true caring, you know, just overall, the people when you go into a stream, they acknowledge you, they say hi, mods, people. It's just a special moment because some of your friends, family members you may not see all the time, but if you're on Whatnot Monday through Sunday and you go into a stream, it's like, hey, there's a buddy. You see them or talk to them or chat with them more than you might chat with somebody in your own family. You might go back and forth with them and stuff like that. So it's important. There's a lot of great people, even though there's scumbags, but there's a lot of great people in this app. And this community is what is great about Whatnot. And overall, we could flush out the bad.
Power
That's
to the
what that's.
positive. I wanted to say one thing, if you don't mind, about what Omen had said about the mods. Last week we talked about something that would be an improvement for Whatnot to do, and that is allowing anybody that's allowed to be a moderator should be able to receive tips, because if you're not a seller, you can't have tips. And I think that
Did you say a seller can't have tits?
a seller can have tits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I misheard you.
Yeah. Okay. Tips with a P. And so sellers can have tips, but if they're not registered as a seller, they cannot. And there's lots of mods that are not. Now, I love that idea to tip our mods. And I think that's great. But that needs to be something I think that Whatnot needs to implement. If someone's a moderator, they should be able to receive tips. And whether it means that they have to sign up for that tip function and make sure they have a deposit avenue, I think that needs to be something that is done. And that's all.
Okay. Joey, we're on the good versus bad train. Say one thing that you saw that was good and one thing that you saw that was bad this week on Whatnot.
One thing that was good and one thing that was bad.
Yes. Well, also, welcome in. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having me. And hello, everybody. Omen, Skipping, NWO, Punisher Rider. What the? Jesus. Well, one bad thing today is that I was in, I guess you guys know I Sell For You 2016.
Yep.
Okay. I'm in his room today while he's doing his show, and I don't know what the hell happened, but he turned around and he said something about doing mystery bags and wheel spins and everything like that. And you see other people doing it. And I turned around and I explained to him why it's not allowed to do that and everything like that. And you had this one guy in the room all of a sudden come up and say, "Who the fuck is Joey D? And what the fuck does his opinion matter anyway?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" So I go in and I turn around and I'm being very nice about it. And I said, "Excuse me, who the fuck am I?" And he turned around and he says, "Yeah, I don't know who anybody is. Don't take it personal." And I said, "Well, then you should read the profiles before you go ahead and open your mouth." And he turns around and says to me, "Well, if you have a higher rank than me in the military, I can reach out and say whatever I want to say, and you have nothing to say about it." So that was my day today on Whatnot.
Who the fuck is Joey D?
Yeah,
Who the fuck is Joey D?
He is the man, the myth, the legend. All right. He is the first one to raid Omen.
Oh,
Bids.
that's a bunch of bullshit,
He
man.
is the first one to ever raid
I'm an
Omen
OG.
Bids and
Yeah,
make
old
history.
guy.
Joey D is the oldest person to ever be on Whatnot.
Fuck yeah.
Breaking records
Hell
left and
yeah.
right.
Every time I come into the room, like, "Hey, old man."
I see I didn't get my intro tonight.
Actually,
Here it
no,
comes.
When you show up on
we'll do
time,
it.
you can get your intro.
Hey, listen, I had things to do, buddy. I'm retarded. I mean retired, And Chuck, you Foley, go in your own junkyard and back off. My mic muted. That is so freaking cool, man. It is not funny at all. It is too funny. So the good thing that I saw on Whatnot, I'm going to tell you truthfully, the only thing I saw good on Whatnot in the last 2 weeks was Whatnot redoing their label system so that when the labels come out, they're nice and condensed and you don't utilize as much. I really haven't been on Whatnot too much this week, except on my shows.
Okay.
I wouldn't go on Whatnot either if they're asking you who the fuck you are.
Well, they should know. They should read the profiles before they go ahead and open their fucking mouths, Punisher. But that was my day today. So I had a really good day. And you want to know something? I got pissed off because I sell for you. After all I did for him, didn't even back me up.
Well, maybe he didn't know who you were.
Well, I sell for you, know who's
No,
I would have stuck up for you, Joey.
I know.
There was just a lot of keyboard warriors out, this week and last week. I've been dealing with it myself. I touched on that before you got in here, but the good in that is, teaching us how to be resilient in our business and keep it fucking moving because they're just a bunch of chumps.
My problem is I can't tell if they're bad or they're good because I see that shit all the time in my stream.
Plus, I mean, I make fun of Punisher all the time anyway, so I mean,
That's what I'm saying. If you cross the line, you're going to get full Punisher Rider mode. I don't know if you really want to do that.
But I mean, if you really want to get into it and say what the really bad thing was the last 2 weeks on Whatnot was these goddamn cons.
Well, here I want to talk about but I want to do this at the end because it didn't put it as a topic, so I'm going to pin it for now. But
We don't have to go in order, Flat.
I just
It's
I
your
heard
show.
I heard a lot of content from people that went to MegaCon was huge,
Yes.
right?
It was bigger. It was big. They said it was better.
better than last year. And last year broke
better than
San
what you
Diego
call it in California.
Yeah, they broke it last year, and then
Yeah.
San Diego broke it back, and I'm guessing this broke it again. But from what
I
I
got some
heard,
nice books in today. Woohoo!
the what do you call it came the other one that was in California this weekend, not Chicago.
C2E2.
No, that's Chicago.
That's
Oh,
Chicago.
Chicago and California. What the hell is that?
I can't remember which one it was, but I guess it was absolutely dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Now,
I don't
the
know.
only good thing that I will say is you could say the cons, but I can tell you, and I know damn well Flat Earth has seen it too. There was hellish deals of people trying to get money together and offloading some big books
Uh-huh.
for great prices.
Yeah, but you know why they were offloading all their stuff to get? Because they wanted to get all the J.O. Bar bags and they wanted to get this bag.
No, I get it, but I'm saying is, as a buyer,
Yeah.
it was phenomenal unless you were buying MegaCon stuff
I'll
or
put it to you this way.
C2E2.
One of my friends texted me and showed me all the books that he got from C2E2. Okay. He got $350 worth of books for $90.
Good for him.
Yeah. I said, well, thanks a lot for telling me.
Yeah, there was 3 cons this weekend. There was the one in California,
Mhm.
not San Diego, but the other one, which San Diego owns anyways. San Diego Comic Con, KC, as Michael brought up, and C2E2. And by the way, C2E2, they capped on-site grading Friday night. They stopped it. They're like, no more.
They got bombarded.
They did. They got crazy. Brad couldn't get my books in, couldn't get his books in. Filthy couldn't get her books in either.
You were there?
No, but my buddy Brad was there and dropping off books for me. But Filthy was there. TR Collectibles was there. They said they couldn't get books in.
So you would stand in line all day in CGC, and then they would tell you, sorry, no more.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I guess they did it Friday night because
Well, you want to know something? It's all because of the hype and FOMO bullshit. It really is.
So, the good this week.
Hey, wait. Why is Flat Air talking?
Because we know who he is.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know who I know who you are, but what am I?
The good that I saw this week was thanks to both Punisher and Skip and Stumps. They donated books that I used for kids to give away free at a local comic show.
Why
And
did you
I
tell
told
me? I
them
would have sent you some.
there's more shows coming. Don't worry, Joey. I just wanted enough to see see how it went because I used up a bunch of mine from the
Okay,
previous.
so listen to this. I have free comic book day cookbooks coming in.
Nice.
All right. So if you want, I could send you a few of those.
Definitely. Awesome. Thank you. A little story. I told it to both Punisher. I told it to Skippin as well. There was a little girl and her dad. And I'm like, every kid with their parent that came by, I'm like, yeah, go in the last box. It's free for kids. She pulled out a Tom and Jerry comic book and she was jumping up and down. She was so happy. I've never seen, this kid was so happy like she won the lottery. But it was because that morning her and her dad watched Tom and Jerry before they came to the
That's so cool.
and it was
I love that.
it was an awesome thing to see. And thank you again, Skippin and Punisher. And this community really does band together. I can't say enough about it. It is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So that was my good.
Father. Big
Oh,
W.
no,
for
tell the
teaching his
bad.
daughter about Tom.
Wait. Before you go there.
Yep.
Anybody know Mama Barefoot ever come in your room?
I know her from somewhere else.
Okay. She's usually in my room and JoJo's Collectibles.
Yep.
Anyway, she kept on asking me for certain books, Disney, Archie, Richie, and all this stuff for her son. So
Mhm.
finally, the other night, she came out and said to somebody who was trying to get books from her and stuff like that. And she was like, no, I need them for my disabled son. So I finally got it out of her that her son is disabled, because I always send him extra Pokemon cards and I send him Goosebump books. So I'm glad I did that. I really am.
Nice.
Send her
Yes,
my
you-
way. I've got a lot of those kind of books that I would be happy to give her son.
Oh, you do? I will let her know, definitely.
Tell the bad flat of being accusing Punisher Rider.
Oh, you want? Oh, fine. You went.
Did he give you a
I'm gonna
reach
bring
around
this up.
again?
No. This wasn't Punisher's fault. This was my fault. And I own up to it, because I was going through stuff when I was prepping the day before going to the convention, and I grabbed this box because I thought it was the flat rate box that Punisher had sent to me. So I grab it and I'm looking through and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? And I go to Punisher, dude, what did you send me? And I'm like, this is like lesbian porn comic book. I'm like, where the hell did I get this stuff? And he's like, I've never seen that book in my life. So I'm like looking at the other stuff. I'm like, oh, this is the box that I got from Sasquatch, because there was a Voltron one that was thrown in. That's the only thing that was going after. I didn't care about anything else.
So you bought one box for one book.
Yes, I bought, and it was only $7. So
Yeah, well, people laugh at me because I bought a box because there was 13 My Little Ponies in them.
well, there you go. Well, I made fun of you yesterday. I'm like, Joey's a secret brony.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, but the first thing Flat did was blame me for a lesbian sex book.
All right.
Well,
I mean,
I
it's
was
valid.
you
It's
too.
I said
valid.
I was sorry,
Joey.
and I said it was my
I'm
fault.
kidding.
So there you go. That's the best you're ever going to get out of me.
Oh my God, that is too.
That's
What was that,
funny.
Omen? I'm sorry.
Ooh, I got some. Nice
Owner,
Ooh.
Omen.
owner,
Oh, me?
owner.
No, I said it was valid. I said you were totally valid. If I received some lesbian books, I'd be like, who sent this? Flat Earth or Punisher Rider? Or Joey? Or Teresa?
No,
I'm
yeah,
telling
yeah.
you, this entire panel, I'd be in some questioning.
Uh,
God.
so, anyways, that's good versus bad. The real bad, there really hasn't been anything bad this week. I had a great show, local show, so I'm on top of the world.
Yeah, I had a great show yesterday.
Oh, that's good. Awesome.
Yeah, a really great show yesterday.
Well, good.
Good.
So good that it took me 5 minutes to pack everything up.
Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. There it is. The backhanded comment.
Yeah, he sold a $5 book. So he was it.
No, Flat Earth. There was only Flat Earth and Flat Earth got his books finally. No, I'm only kidding.
$5 is $5.
Look,
That's right. That's the Canadian way. If you know Bob and Doug McKenzie, $10, eh?
That's right.
I'm going to start everything at 50 cents from now on.
Okay, so let's go into our first topic. First topic is the tax returns.
All right, I have one question on that before you guys go into it, so maybe you can answer it.
Sure.
With the taxes, right? They give us our tax thingy, whatever it is, and stuff like that. Now, all the purchases that I did over the last year, am I allowed to claim those taxes against that?
If they're for your business, yes.
Well, it's my whatnot business, the Joey D WW1 business.
I understand that. If it
Yeah.
was for your if it was for business purposes, the answer is yes.
Okay, so that will combat any taxes that I've taken in. Okay, I got you. That's a good thing to know. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, what this topic was more is that people are going to start getting their tax returns back in about the middle of the month, right? So be prepared for people having money. I know it's getting out of that winter slump and people getting their tax returns back and having that little bit of extra cash. So, what do you? The question's more, what are you going to do to prepare for the influx of money and probably new people coming in? So let's start with Omen.
I like that. So I just like Joey, I thought it was more so from the seller perspective, so I kind of prepared for that. But I really like you bringing that side up as well. Is being prepared for that influx in customers because, like Teresa said, for those folks having breakdowns and finding it to be a really negative time lately, you have to ride out those rough storms for the gold rush like we're about to see, like you said, with the tax returns. So there's a light at the end of every tunnel, and I feel like this is going to be that light for a bunch of people. And to prepare for it, I'm going to be running longer shows on a set schedule finally, not going to reschedule for studying or procrastinating and things like that. So I'll have a much steadier schedule, especially now that I have my shipping process down to a T. So I feel a lot more prepared now than I was 4 months ago. It's been 4 months today on Whatnot, actually.
Congrats.
So it'll kind of be my first go around at this, and I'm excited to be alongside all of you while I do it. Now, what I did want to mention is I recently applied for a reseller's license, which I think a lot of sellers do anyways.
Mhm.
But I just received in the mail today a tax notice. It is a bill, a hefty amount for my December 2025 sales.
Woo!
Yep. So big red flag there. Let this kind of be a warning for anybody thinking about that reseller's license. Hold off on it until your taxes are paid, filed, because right now I don't know I haven't even had a chance to look into it yet, but I don't know if that's essentially like a double charge, for what I am going to file for 2025 or what. But yeah, I'll have more info on that as I get it. But just kind of wanted to put the warning out there that, Whatnot does report everything. There's no loopholes around this. There's no writing, couple expenditures or purchases or write-offs. There's no tweaking that. Do it the right way. Don't regret it later. Because already, like I said, all I did was apply for the reseller's license, and I got a bill in the mail 2 weeks later from the tax revenue department. So
Is that state tax or is that federal?
So Florida doesn't have state tax. It's from the Florida Department of Revenue and Taxation. So lots to be picked
But you
on.
would have it as a seller.
Yeah, but maybe. I'm not sure, because in my mind,
This Whatnot pays it directly to the states. They collect it when they collect the sale.
yeah, I'm going to have to dig into it. And then when I come back in future episodes, I will definitely give a run through of the process and kind of let people know what to expect when you do get that reseller's license and the tax implications and all that. So hope to be back with that in like a week or two.
Well, I actually pay my LLC taxes every single month on the 18th. I go through.
So I didn't apply for an LLC. It's just an individual reseller's license under a fictitious name.
DBA.
Exactly. And I started on December 1st. So
if I'm not mistaken, Skippin, you need to go to floridastate.gov. And
yeah, I can definitely get it taken care of. I'm not too worried about it. But I think the red flag is like, how did I started on December 1st.
Yeah.
And clearly in that timeline in the last 4 months, Whatnot reported something. I'm not exactly sure what yet as revenue for me to receive that in the mail.
Well, December 2025, you have a full month that you can download your tax form.
Gotcha. Yeah. Like I said, I'll look into it and have more information in future episodes. But it was just a little alarming. And I think a good word to the wise to not tweak anything on your taxes. Make sure your numbers are correct, because clearly Whatnot does report everything.
So you got a tax reseller certificate. Your resale certificate enables you not to pay tax when you buy something.
Correct.
Okay, so I had to go on and set up on Nevada.gov, Nevada taxation. I had to set up an account and fill out all this information, and they said that due to the low sales that I'm doing, is I'll pay my monthly taxes on what I get taxed on and what I don't get taxed on. So I go in every month and I fill out that tax form. I pay my taxes. I think it was like $1.95 the first month. It was $41 another month, because some people charge me tax and some people don't. So there's an area for.
I'm talking like several $1,000s.
Yeah.
With tax. I didn't have that much in.
That's crazy.
I didn't have that much in sales in my first month on Whatnot. So there's definitely something odd going on. I don't know what they did and didn't report. That's what I'm very, very confused about.
Well, download your tax form from.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Whatnot.
all I'm going to have to do, and that'll kind of explain it.
No, it won't.
Nope.
Yeah, true. Here's to hoping.
No, it won't. If you see Whatnot's tax form, you're like.
Well, that's another thing is I started December 1st, 2025, so I don't have a tax form for.
You do. You just got to download it.
I went in and it says I'm exempt because of when I started. They don't give me the option in my account. So that's why I was even more alarmed that I received this, because in my mind, I'm not even putting Whatnot on my 2025 taxes.
Oh, you could.
I could very well, but I was planning on just including it all next year for 2026 taxes. So definitely bizarre.
Right.
And just want to let everyone know to watch out for your taxes.
Skipping, have you got something coming up that you're going to do for people getting their tax returns, getting that big bump in money coming back?
I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, and that's running books. And hopefully in dollars and everything is just a little bit larger. I might throw an extra show in. I might just keep on doing what I always do. And that's, if the money's good, great. If the money's not as great, okay. We just keep doing what we're doing. And that's being there, as scheduled on time and run the books and throw it down. I try and sell upwards of 200 books a show, and sometimes I do a little bit more, sometimes I do a little bit less, but I'm just going to keep showing up and keep throwing books down and hopefully having good stuff for them the buyers to buy and make sure my packing supplies are ample and I've streamlined my system so it makes it a little bit easier for me. But just run that shit, sell it. Have shit to sell, have books to sell and run it, sell it and enjoy the ride, because it's going to be a roller coaster, and I don't see that anytime soon that roller coaster is going to stop going up and down. It's the way business is. No matter whether you're in comics or any other industry, there's ebbs and flows, and you got to take the money when you can, sell it when you can, and save your money for the times when it's a little slower, so it balances out. Don't go blowing all your money just because you got it this month, because you may not have it next.
Hey,
Okay. Yep, definitely. Uh, Mr. Punisher, you
Oh,
only come on once a month, but are you going to do anything special?
Special? Nah. I'm just gonna run a typical Punisher Rider show, which I was pretty pissed off that I didn't run it last week, but due to work. But this week I am definitely going to be on my once a month, like you said. No, I'm not going to do anything special. I think that there's going to be people that have maybe a little bit more money in their bank account, and at this time, no matter where the gas is going or the cost, it's going to be, oh, I can grab a couple things on Whatnot because Whatnot's an addiction. It truly is an addiction where you get deals on Whatnot that you can't find on eBay usually or other places, your local comic book shop. And you can find that book that you know when you go to your LCS or you look on eBay is 3, 4 times as much sometimes, and you're able to score it. So it's like, oh, I got a couple extra dollars. And next thing you know, you go into another stream and you got a couple extra dollars, and we're going to have conventions coming up and there's going to be all kinds of new stuff coming out. So I personally, me in general, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything different. To me, it doesn't really matter if they get their tax return or not. Um, if you buy for me, good. If you don't buy for me, I get it too. Hey, you know what? It's your money. You spend it where you want to. Um, just remember when you come in my show, you're going to get yourself some cool ass books. You're going to get yourself a cool ass experience. And you know, I'm going to take care of you very well. Um, so I'm not really seeing definitely an influx that doesn't affect me. New sellers and sellers on Whatnot trying to do something. This is what would suggest. Don't mark your books up higher than what you originally were willing to take for it because you think there's going to be an influx of money coming in or whatever. I think that's foolish.
100%.
If also don't drop your books lower than you're willing to take and think just because, oh, I usually have 8 to 15 people in my room if I'm lucky, and I got 35, I got rated by somebody and I got 60 people in my room. I ran a giveaway. I still got 60 people in my room. You know what? Let me grab this Secret Wars 8 and run it for $1.
hey,
Yeah,
You know,
please
I
do.
see it all the time. And the bitch goes for $88. And then the seller is like having second thoughts in that. You know, you could still offer it started, but if you didn't want to take less than 140 for it, for example, don't start it for less than 140. There's the movie coming out, there's all kinds of stuff coming out, and there's always people looking for that kind of stuff. So be smart. Just because it doesn't sell at 12 o'clock doesn't mean it won't sell at 1 o'clock. Okay? I just don't be desperate. And also, one thing that I've seen is sellers not really being engaged in the show and just thinking that people are going to be like, when you're sitting there and you're not running any books, you're not showing any books, you're not showing anything, and just keep asking people, what do they want? What are you looking for? What do you want? I'm like, well, how the fuck do I know what you have? So that's another little thing about it. But I don't personally see. I think we're going to see a little boost. But there's so much stuff coming out. You got to realize this is a big movie year. Masters of the Universe. There's like bunch of stuff dropping for Motu. There's a bunch of other places that seem that it's been like a couple years since they've dropped something cool. So you're going to see a lot of people trying to get that money. You'll see a lot of deals in different places. Um, we'll see. I mean, if you're a good seller, you know, you should be fine. Seriously.
Very nice. Okay. Mr. Joey, are you doing anything special for the upcoming money that should boost a little bit?
Look, the way I see it is people are going to get their tax checks back and they're going to go where they want to go to buy. So if they come to you, like Punisher said, they do. If they don't, there's nothing you can do about it. But what I do is my shows are on the order of what collection I get in that week. Okay? So if I get Punisher and Captain America, I'll run a Captain America and Punisher show. If I get Venom and Spider-Man, I'll run Venom and Spider-Man. But I also set up my specialty shows like tomorrow with the surprise sets, you know, where you get a decent amount of books for a certain price and you get buyer's giveaway if you get in and you purchase something. And then I do, I got FCBD books coming in, so that'll be another show. What else is there? May the 4th with Star Wars. You got Superman Day coming out that I'm getting books for. I don't usually try to, you know, hey, everybody's got money. Let me pull out the big books. If I have Punisher at $2 a book, I'm still going to sell those Punishers at $2 a book, no matter what. The same thing with any books that I get. If I get a deal on books, you guys are getting deals on books. I started the book club, you know, for ordering with the Flat Earth Santas in on it. You guys order your books, all right? Because I keep on telling everybody, go to the website, buy what you want to buy. You're getting 20% off, and you're going to get that book. So if another book hits, like there's Red Roots coming out, there's Tessena coming out, and which has an awesome Sozo Micah cover. So there's a couple. The Mask is going to be part of the new Energon universe with Transformers, Void Rivals, and G.I. Joe. So they're coming out with a Mask #1 with a whole bunch of different variants and a blind bag. So you know everybody's going to be clamoring over the blind bags. They have the opportunity to order that from me for 20% off. So those blind bags actually sell for retail at $6 a piece. And you know what's going to happen when they come out. They're going to be going for 10. They're going to get bidded up to 20, and so on and so forth. So I offer everybody the opportunity to get books at a decent deal, but I also see them in other shows going ahead and buying the same books for double, triple, quadruple the price because of who the seller is. Like the Comic Toms, the Davis Wright, you know what I'm talking about. You know, so people are going to go where they're going to go. I'll do what I do. They come, they come. If they don't, I have the avenues. You know.
Okay, nice.
I think that's a good point you brought up too, Joey, is like Teresa said, if you're running all of those big books to take advantage of people and their tax returns, you're gonna spend all that money when you get it, and then you're gonna have crap books to run in May, June, July, and then be complaining on square one about the same things again. So like Punisher said, protect yourself, protect your pockets, and your buyers.
Well, you look at this. I'm ordering books pertaining to the likeness of what people like. Okay, so I'm saying, hey, they like Black Cat, they like Psylocke, they like Thor, they like this. I don't know if they really like that. So I'm fronting the money every week for these books. Okay, and if they don't sell, I'm stuck with them, and I got to off them at a lower price. But by giving the people the opportunity to order what they want and what they like is a lot easier.
100%. You know? I don't know if you guys saw my handy dandy notebook. I call myself Steve from Blue's Clues as a joke, but you know, I write down everybody's requests in there. There's not a single buyer request that comes in my show that's not written down, because that's literally, they're handing you money right there. You know, they're telling you what they want. And most people just say, no, sorry, I don't have it, and move on. And you're missing out on active sales opportunities. So take advantage and get to know your buyers and what they want.
Well, it's just like being a business. You know, if somebody walks in the door and you don't have what they're looking for, they're going to walk out.
Exactly.
But if you tell them, hey, listen, why don't you come back tomorrow? I think I may have something in the warehouse. And I tell people the same thing. I don't have it here, but I may have it home. Let me go and look, and I'll get back to you. Message me on Whatnot. They message me on Whatnot. I'd let them know yes or no.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I've done that specifically at shows where they're
Mhm.
like, "Do you have this?" I'm like, "I don't have it with me, but I definitely do. Get me on Instagram, ask me, take pictures, send you the book. Not a problem. I've done it. I don't know how many times."
But you hit on something that's very interesting, and I'm in this like deep dive mode. You brought up Comic Tom and Davis Ryder, and we've all seen it. They could have the same exact books as any one of us and
Mhm.
get 50, 100 times more for it. But what do they do differently? They give an experience. People are buying it because it's coming from Comic Tom or Davis Ryder or whatever. They're buying the seller, they're buying the YouTube, they're buying what I'm saying is the book itself is irrelevant at that point. So maybe there's something there. Maybe these people that aren't doing well in their shows maybe could take a little lesson from them in the thing of they're buying the experience, not just the book.
Build your brand.
So if your show maybe is not as exciting or you're not as engaged as they are and talking and being engaged with the chat and showing a bunch of different stuff and being exciting in your show, maybe that's what we need to learn from them. If because they pull in, are you ever going to pull their numbers? Possibly not. But there's things that you can learn to do from them. It's be yourself, be who you are, but there are certain aspects of this game that you have to meet in order to be successful eh, farther and farther on. If you're just expecting it to happen for you, it ain't going to happen. It doesn't matter what you have because, okay, maybe I have like 5 big books. Maybe I have 5 big books. Maybe I have a Hawk 181, all this bullshit. But what happens when those books are gone? So the question is, maybe there has to be a relook at, and this is for new sellers. And if you're struggling really, really bad, um, first of all, get involved in the community, and two, you can sit in the Davis Ryder room, you can sit in the Comic Tom room, but you're one of 400 people, okay? And then you're going to be overspending probably on a book to get that one. But guess what? I got it from Comic Tom, okay? Where you could go to Skip and Stones and you could literally probably get the same book, and I guarantee you're going to have a hell of experience there too. But then if I go into Joe Blow's room
Hey,
and hey, listen, I didn't say Joey, it was just Joe Blow.
yeah, you called me that before.
Okay. Derek Chew or whatever. Let's say Derek Chew then. I don't want Joey to get offended because that army shit. Say you're in Derek Chew's room and they're just like sitting there and they're just like, oh, check my bin, make a pre-bid, and not showing anything, not being engaged, then what do you expect? People are there to look. And I can tell you right now, me and Flat Earth, I know for a fact that both of us do it because sometimes we cross paths in different streams. We go and check everybody's stream out because you just don't know that no name seller that you've never seen before might have a book that you've been looking for. It might be a special variant or special that they just happen to have for some reason. And you can usually get it at a pretty good deal. But if you want to be successful, and that's why I believe that a lot of success stories, and I can name a bunch of people off, is because of their engagement and because of the experience in the stream. People spend entire weekends with people, multiple shows. They're in there, show after show after show, enjoying the time and experience, and they want to be there. So, are they buying books the whole time? No, not necessarily, but they're enjoying their company, they're enjoying the experience, and they're enjoying everything that's going on with that show. So that's my 2 cents.
Yep.
We were talking about taxes, right?
We started on the this is what not why not. We're going off the rails every 2 minutes anyways. And that's just to be like I can herd cats, but when we're starting to get like 15, 20 cats and their calicos and whatever other kind of cats there are going all different directions, yeah, I got the whip out, but I can't. There's not enough carrots. There's not enough anything.
I don't know. We might have to
Cats.
call him the Punisher preacher after that. That was a pretty good
I
spiel.
don't know. I
Yeah.
just
That
got
was
in
a
a box
dang
of
good
books.
spiel.
I just got in a box of books that don't go on sale until 4/8.
Ooh. Exciting.
Crazy shit too.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Punisher taking everybody's asses to church today.
Uh-huh.
Straight up.
Take me to
Excuse
church.
me? I don't
Yeah.
go
Well,
to church.
all the tithing goes to me. Forget him. All the tithing. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Old versus new versus mixed books. We kind of talked about this a little bit before, and Punisher kind of brought it up once. It's about do you start as a new seller being diverse, or do you find your niche initially? Because once you're in that, once you're known for your little niche, you're kind of cornered for a bit until you start clawing your way out with something new. So, Joey, what's your idea on old versus new versus mixed?
Well, I just got this collection the other day, and oh, sorry.
Punisher, you see this? Wait a minute. Punisher, you see this? No, seriously, when I first started out on Whatnot, I was diversified all around. I had 18 plus books before anybody had them. I had silver, copper, and bronze because I worked in a comic shop. So I had all that afforded to me that I could sell. And I was doing it for the comic shop owner on Whatnot. And then back in the day, we actually had reps that dealt with us. So he texted me one day, and I said, by the way, can you do me a favor? Can you hook me up so I can get in? He goes, yeah, fill out an app and I'll get you in so you can do your own thing. But I've been doing it mixed all along. If I get books in, I do it that way. If I get new books in, I do that. If I get Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
What? You dropped your underwear?
I just farted. No. No, read the last comment. Is that an AI logo or Butthole Joey show? I'm glad you did have fun at my expense, Punisher. You notice I only mentioned Punisher, right? But getting back to that, I was selling zombie tramp books on Whatnot way before anybody else was. Nobody else had that shit. I was afforded the luxury of having all that stuff. Okay, so I always had the opportunity to sell all of it. My mainstay, yes, is my new releases and stuff like that, but I also have access to everything else. As far as everybody else doing it, you're 100% correct. If you start out selling books at $2 and you're selling them, and all of a sudden you start selling them at $5, people are going to veer away from you because they're used to you selling at $2. If you're selling new releases and then you go to sell Silver Age, maybe they'll buy them. But Copper and Bronze, they may look elsewhere for that. Because they, like everybody is saying, they see you as the seller that you started out as. Okay, so me branching off right now from comics and then going into Funko Pops is going to be tough because there's a lot of Funko Pop sellers out there. Going into Pokemon and stuff like that is going to be tough. Going into toys is going to be tough. So the toy people who start out in toys and then want to come to comics find out how hard it is. So You either find your niche when you first start out, or you're going to be selling what you're selling all the time.
Okay. Well, the reason I brought this topic up was because we had Omen Bids on. So it was nice because he seems to start to branch out. So I wanted to see what his view on it.
Yeah, it's been a freaking awesome 4 months to say the least. But starting out in comics, like Joey said, you just have to find your niche, and you really have to play around with things and do your own research and your own analytics. But when I started, I tried a variety of shows. I had TMNT Thursdays, which was my um, themed show of the week. I had Fire Sale Friday, which was my $2 start show of the week. And then I had my Wednesday comic shows, which were just variety. It could be a $2 start, $5 start, $10, etc. Any variety of books. In building it this way, I found that Fire Sale Friday and my variety shows were the bigger hits. So I stopped themed shows entirely. I was too new and too small to attract a crowd for such a niche item or a theme to begin with. So I don't recommend themed shows for new sellers. Find what, again, play with it, find what works for you. And I think that's the best route. Now, as far as branching into other categories, I implemented those slowly. I did my first smoke shop show, I want to say February 20th.
And what's a smoke shop?
So I run shows out of my brother's smoke shop, and most people don't know that this is allowed. But yes, you can sell glass items. You can sell accessories, things like that, trays, candles, things like that.
But no paper.
I'm not selling anything with tobacco. I'm not selling anything that's consumable, and I'm not selling anything that's smokable. And that's, the big key in that is know your shit. Do your research. Every category has its own terms and conditions. I made sure to research this thoroughly so that I don't lose all the progress that I just made over a new category that may or may not work out for me to begin with. In knowing my shit, it did work out for me, and I was able to build that category up completely separate from my comics. So then I also came into a coin collection and started doing coin shows. Now that's kind of my newer category. Started doing that about like a month ago, probably had 2 coin shows so far. So that's like my next category I'm trying to build up. But it is possible. You just have to hang in there and recognize that each category is its own entity, its own business, and treating it as such, will help you get success in that. Now, another plus side of that in diversifying my categories is I'm seeing people from coin shows and the smoke shop shows come into comics, and comics go to coins, or comics to the smoke shop. And I'm starting to get all this commingling happening that's even translating into tease shows. I had one of my awesome buyers from my smoke shop show get back into comics through nostalgia, and then she went to T's show and stocked up on some amazing books for an amazing price. So seeing this commingling happening and being able to build a stronger community makes me feel I'm definitely doing something right. Sorry. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, no, really cool. Here he comes. Finally shows up. The Interrupter.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
It's my turn. Oh.
Oh my god.
The Interrupter finally shows up. I was gonna be like, okay, well, if it doesn't happen, 3 strikes, he's out.
No, dude. Thank God for my perfect wife. She saved me.
Hold on.
I'm packing the show. I'm sitting here. I'm in fucking zone. I'm so sorry, Glenn.
We gotta
I'm so
play him
sorry.
in. We gotta play him in.
Where have all the good men gone, and where are all the
I couldn't get the video. It wouldn't. It wouldn't
Outstanding.
say.
Outstanding.
All right. Yeah.
On the video
Skipping.
ball, I can poke your head in. Congratulations.
What?
I can poke
Well,
your
you
head in.
started out as something else and got into comics, so you're quite versed on this topic. So what's your take on it?
You talking to me?
No, skipping.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Thank God. Oh my God.
Pay attention, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm the worst.
Sorry. I say it hasn't been a problem for me. I started out in doing gemstones and jewelry making supplies. That was great. I can't wait to get back to doing it. And it may not be as epic as the first month. I don't know. But my first month, I went from jewelry making supplies, and then the state closed, or basically the gates opened for on the state, and I had to put that on the side so I could address my grandparents' estate, my uncle's estate, and then I went to toys, and that blew up, and then came the comics, and next being the cards coming, and with each one, there's a whole lot of anxiety, and there's a whole lot of nerves, right? And
Oh yeah.
one thing I have continuously tried to repeatedly tell myself is, it's all in your head. Just get in there and do it. Just do it. And as I have, it's all worked out. Now, it's not always been perfect, mind you, but it works out. And the only way to do it is just to do it. You know, you advertise in that you set your shows up for that category, and have decent stuff, run at a decent price, and the sales come. And I still get messages from my jewelry making supplies people, and I communicate with them. I still get some messages, and a lot of my customers, some of my customers today as comic people were my customers as stone people. And the toys, certainly a lot of the people that were toy people have became comic people. And I'm hoping that some of my cards go to my comic people, and the intermingling of the categories, like Owen was saying, it's pretty cool. I ran into a gal last night, who I communicate with frequently in the women's clothing category, and she's over there in buying rocks in another seller stream. And the thing is unless you're a pretty narrow person as far as your desires, you have a lot of interests, right? As a person. Now, you may not have every interest that the seller has, but if you like that seller, you may be interested in what that seller's got, even if it's, even if it, maybe even not even if it's your current interest, but you may develop an interest for it, right? I've got a couple friends that weren't into comics that now shop comics. And while they may not be the biggest collector, they do enjoy purchasing a couple comics every now and then and getting them, and it brings them back to a nostalgia, and nostalgia sells. Nostalgia sells probably best out of any category next to clothing. And I think that is a lot of what people go and buy toys for, and that's what a lot of people buy comics and cards for. And we're all trying to buy our childhood. are relive something that's long gone. And so just enjoy it. Do it. If you're thinking about do it, try it. Put yourself out there. And don't expect, though, that one category is going to go gangbusters just because maybe you're doing well in comics. It may not be as great. You might have to build a following for the next category, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but do it. Just do it.
Nice.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just do it.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Mr. Punisher. We're going to leave
Oh,
Mr.
I'm going
Non-show
home.
showstopper to last.
I'm going home.
Hey, Joey, if you wanted to relive your childhood, she has plenty of stones.
Like I said, Punisher, keep on having fun at my expense. One day it's going to bite you in the ass.
Oh, it ain't gonna bite me in the ass, my friend. I'm go
Yeah.
Navy.
Yeah, well, there it goes, man. Right in your ass.
Yep, that's all right.
He's like,
I'll
got
be on your
plenty
show
ass
when you start
to
selling
let you
butt
bite.
plugs.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
The Joey Butt Plug Show. I can't wait.
Maybe I should do that. I may do better.
Anyway,
Oh,
I'm going to take this at a different perspective. So, a couple shows ago, I forget what show it was, I mentioned how would comics be in the storage unit kind of sections. So I actually, like I said, I've been doing a lot of searching around whatnot, and I came across a storage unit seller that was selling comics. Not only did they show their warehouse of comics that they have picked up in storage units, which I mean, they have a warehouse full of comics just in a section. Like you go to a row in Lowe's or Home Depot, that's like how many comics they have. And not only that, they have sold because they're starting everything at $3 and piles of it. They have sold a Hulk 181 signed. They have sold Stan Lee. They sold a Hulk 1. Yesterday, they had a very high Miles Morales variant that went for whatever. So, what did I see? I seen now these are people that don't care about comics. They don't know anything about comics. They couldn't tell you the difference between an Action Comics 1 and a $2 book from Joey Stream. So here, so they're starting to sell it, and then you're seeing all these people in their room, and there's like 150 people in this room, and there's a lot of storage unit people in it. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm starting to see all these comic people in it. You can see by the names or names that I've seen. Even Miss Tawny was in there. And so I gave her a shout. And you're starting to see these books. Well, you should see all the people complaining that are part of the storage unit people. They were sitting there saying, oh, I guess we ain't getting it. I'm just going to bid these people up. Like they have no clue. Oh, they think just because it has Superman or Batman on it or whatever, a name that they've heard of or seen in a movie, that book has to be really valuable. So
I've seen that.
yeah, so it's crazy what I saw yesterday and how like you see the non-comic buyers bidding on crazy on stuff that we personally that have somewhat of an idea wouldn't have gave $5 for it, yet they're bidding 30, 40, $50. And then when a big book comes up, here comes the comic buyers and they're like, and then the storage people buyer, because they can't make a money on it if it gets start getting that high, they have no clue what that is. So that's kind of where I'm seeing it. Overall though, I have done girl shows, I have done key shows. Like I remember, but here's the thing that you need to realize. When you sell new comic books, for example, that come out, you pretty much got them for distribution costs and stuff like that. You see where your margin is. Big books, though, and I've seen it even with some big, big sellers, you have to get them at a really good price because you could take a major, major hit on those things, especially those people that start them at $1 or starting low and hope for a bunch of bids and stuff like that. Um, I've seen it wherever. I've seen people that started small and have grown into these humongous, giant, grail size shows. So everybody has to start somewhere. So I've seen all kinds of stuff. So, but me personally, I think being diverse from the very beginning and kind of not being set in a stone, because this was told to me when I first started. And these are people that have been in the game for a long time. They reached out to me and gave me some advice. They said, "What do you want to be known as? Do you want to be known as the titty guy? Do you want to be known as the Harley Quinn person, where if somebody's looking for a certain Harley Quinn, they're going to come to you? You want to be known for the vintage guy? Do you want to be known for whatever?" So that's great. And if you can branch out, and what I'm saying is you can do cards and you can do this. If you get, maybe you get lucky and get a collection in, maybe you buy a book of comics and somebody really needs money and they have some toys and Pokemon. There's always different things you can do. So don't put yourself in a corner, what I would say, unless you are specifically that person. You know what I mean? Like if you only want to sell that product, if you only want to sell Harley Quinn, then be the best Harley Quinn seller you could be. To have all the exclusive Harley Quinns, get everything so they know they come to you for that. But if you want to be, but you got to realize when you do this, you're only going to get people that are looking for Harley Quinns. You're only going to get people that are looking for that. Random people might pop in, but if you're diverse, you can bring it in. And the thing about it is, unfortunately, when you do a Batman, a Punisher show, a whatever X-Men show, you're only, when you put that in your thumbnail and you sit there and put it in your title, you're gonna have people that are just looking at. You might have us pop in to see what kind of X-Men you're running or whatever, and if, where the prices are going. And if we see something, like an X-Men 12 or something really low, we might jump on it, or something similar. But if you corner yourself, then that's the only people that you can expect to come in and buy. The only titles I really see that really blow up is when it's like just like an Invincible show, because everybody knows how crazy Invincibles are. But even
Full
then,
show.
I've seen it do so. Um, so it's just, do you want to be known as that person, or do you want to be known as a little bit of everything and they don't know what they're going to get from you? So that's really where you need to look at. I highly suggest for new sellers, be very, very random until you find something that maybe you come across something and you want to be known as that person. But in the beginning, don't put yourself in a corner, because that corner, it may not be interesting anymore to a lot of people. So people change, people's likes change, people different stuff. So that's what I would say about that.
Okay. Joey, what's your take on it? Where would you
Didn't
say
I,
people should focus?
didn't I go already?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need
Uh,
another Joey episode.
yeah. Okay. We need Mr.
Can
We
you
need
see
Mr.
this?
Show interrupter or upper guy. Mr.
Oh,
Stevie. What's your take on old versus new versus mixed, or when you're a new seller starting? What should they kind of focus on? Where should they go niche, or should they just kind of be everywhere if they can?
I like to do kind of a hybrid approach. So what I do is I do theme shows. I have my Spider-Man, my X-Men, my Batman, my adults, like all the big themes that I personally like. And those will be like my theme shows. And then every week I have my flagship show, the Slam Fest, which is just like 80s, 90s run filler and keys. So that's like my general population show. And then I supplement that during the week with the more surgical theme shows. So I try to do like a balanced attack.
Okay.
His name is John Cena.
Oh geez. Yeah, we definitely we can't see Stevie at all. That's for sure.
I had to.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the last topic, and that's thumbnails. How important thumbnails are to your show, to your stream. We're going to start with Mr. Punisher. What's your take on how they should do a thumbnail, or at least your opinion on how they should do a thumbnail? And what do you do?
Me personally, I just use my logo. I might change my logo, like if it's Halloween or something like that. I might do some alterations to my logo or add like something Punisher related. Um, I personally think if you are selling some, like, say you want to get some traction in your room, if you have some big books you want to put up that day, make sure you put that. I would put that on the thumbnail. Um, because you could get people wanting to come in the room and just see it, or people that big buyers that may have not. Say you're putting a Hawk 181. I'm just going to use this book for an example. You're going to get some buyers in your room that may not even know who you are. And if they might be interested in it, because if they can score one for a good price, they're going to take it. So it might be important for that. If you're going to want to do a big show like that, definitely do your prep work for it. The thing that bothers me the most, two things: the thumbnails of people, and I mentioned this I think last week,
Yep.
of people putting thumbnails of shit they do not have or didn't never had. They go, oh yeah, I put this thumb. Well, I just think it looked cool. That is fake as shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you're putting up books and then you get in there and you're running fucking New 52 shit. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have that book. If it's sold, it's sold. It is what it is. But if you never had it, then why in the fuck are you putting it on the thumbnail? It just doesn't make sense. What I've been seeing a lot of thumbnails lately is a lot of whatever app or something they can do on Instagram or TikTok or whatnot, or whatever bullshit they doing. I've seen that. I could tell you whose thumbnails I really enjoy looking at is Crazy Cool. Actually, I love his little wrestling things he does, Slam Fast. I think it's really cool. And
Oh,
they've
thanks,
been in
dude.
his room and they know, like, and you go in and he has wrestling in the background, and you might get a dance break. But like Joey, myself, Skip in, Omen, they're going to have our logos. And I mean, your logo, if you want people to know you, and if they go down, they see your logo, that's fine. My biggest thing is it's not just a thumbnail. Make sure you have books, because if you notice when you go down certain lives, you don't have to go in a show, but certain lives, if either your right or your left side will go live. So if you have some eye candy back there, they can see it and they might pop in your stream if they were never going to pop. If I go down the stream and I've never seen Omen Bids before, and it happens to go up, and I didn't even have to go in a show, and I see he has something that's like, oh shit, I want to go check that out. So that's a good way to do it too. And the last thing I'll say is, for your title, these people put too long of titles and the words go disappear and you can't even read what they write. You got to keep the title small enough for the show so you can get everything that you want said, but minimize it so they can read it instead of guessing what it says. So that's my idea on thumbnails.
Hello, anybody home?
The Punisher preacher back at it again.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I had it on mute. Real good information from Punisher for new sellers. Skipping. What have you got on the topic? What makes a good thumbnail as a buyer, and what makes a good thumbnail that you've seen that brings people into your shows?
I don't want to interrupt. Can I just add one more thing? You
No.
can get yourself a logo. No matter what it is, get yourself a logo. If you got to pay for it, whatever, get yourself a logo. I think that's very important.
You don't have to pay for it. You can just pull up Copilot.
I said that, Joey.
No, you didn't.
Easy.
Boys,
We will break out the boxing gloves.
No fighting in here. Nice guy here.
Which one's Shemp? You were Punisher.
Punisher. I'm Curly.
All right,
Thank you.
Skipping.
Okay, so I absolutely agree with what Punisher just said. Um, don't don't put stuff up there that you don't have. And get a logo. Um, honestly, have some either have your books that you got for the day if that's what you want to do. That's fine. But as a buyer, I look for logos. That's the first thing I do is I'm a visual person, and I look for what I recognize if I'm looking for someone. I absolutely hate all these AIs of people that are doing of themselves, and then they look like everybody else. It's like I'll miss some of my favorite sellers as I'm flipping through if I'm not reading who they are. If I'm not reading and I'm just like half awake, half asleep, or whatever, and I will miss shows if I'm not reading who the seller is. So my advice is to get a logo, use that logo, and then the stream, like Punisher said, have something in your background, have a visual or whatever if you can. That's ideal in my opinion from a buyer's standpoint. I have found that having my different versions of my logo has helped me and helped people find me personally. Um, and I definitely agree. Get yourself something that's identifiable that people will know just by the visual. Because I know I'm not the only one that's a visual. And as I'm flipping through, and there's 75 different sellers on, 100 different sellers on, 20 different sellers on in a category. When I see the logo of the seller I want to see, bam, I don't even have to read what you got going on. I'll come in and see, and then I'll start kind of getting a feel for what that seller's selling that day, right? All these ones that if your logo looks just like Joe's or somebody else's, if they all start looking the same with these AI generated ones, make sure your logo is different if it's going to be AI done. And there's nothing wrong with the AI things, except for when they all look the same. And I see it more, not so much as, well, I see it in the comic streams too, but like in other categories, man, is it bad. Man, is it bad. And I'm flipping through and I'm seeing, and one person looks just like the next, and they don't look like the next person, but the AI generated version of them does. And I will miss, or I'll pop into a stream and it's like, damn, that's not who I was looking for. And it's frustrating. And so, get your own logo, get your own design, make sure it's something that's unique to you, and let your customers be able to find you easily without having to read. I don't know that many comic book, I don't want to say many, but a lot of people that are into comics don't read. They're in it for the artwork. Some of them do, some of them don't. But so they're not reading your title as much. The title, I think, is more to be picked up with when you're searching for something, because that comes up in the search. If you type in Spider-Man or whatever, and you have Spider-Man in your title or whatever, that'll help pull you up in the search as far as that goes. But I think for the most part, when people are scrolling, they're either looking for, like Punisher said, what you've got as far as what you're selling today or who you are. And believe me, those big buyers that are those people that have the big streams, a lot of them have a logo, and it's the customers are going for that seller. They're finding that seller because of the logo. It's not always just because of the not just because of who they, their name. It's not just written there. They're finding them because they got the same picture or the same version of their picture on every thumbnail. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Nice. it was like that's different. It's going on and then suddenly cut off. That's not a normal skipping answer.
Sorry.
Mr. Non-shower upper. What do you do? Punisher brought you up for thumbnails. You do it. So what do you do? What would you suggest new sellers do when they're making them?
Dance break.
Yeah, the dance break. Yeah, you know what? I've kind of evolved on this. It's again, I think it's like kind of maybe a hybrid attack is the move on that. So someone like Orlando Comics, I know everyone knows Orlando. Super popular, great guy. He has that one icon that like he always uses. It's like a Batman, very simple, understated.
It must be on the half hour. Everybody went blank.
Did we lose Mr. No Show Upper?
I think so.
Yeah.
Steve, Earth to
You go
Steve.
mute.
Stevie, you there? Oh, well, if he drops. All right. Well, we'll go to Mr. Joey, and if he comes back, we'll deal with the interrupter.
All right. I'm going to
Sorry
reiterate
about that.
Oh,
Hey,
he's
here we
back.
go.
He's back.
How much of that got cut off?
everything.
Yeah.
Did a lot of it get cut off? I don't know where I got cut off.
From the Batman logo was where you were talking, and then you just went
Hello?
silent. Oh, go out.
Can you hear us, Stevie?
Yes, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you. Can you hear everybody else besides me?
No, I can only hear you.
Okay, that's a goofy thing. You might want to leave and come right back.
Okay, very good.
Well, just that StreamYard goofiness is starting to get really annoying.
It's just like what not goofiness.
Yeah.
They must be programmed by the same people.
Well, whatnot stuff is some old code. If you've ever seen it, it's bad.
I wouldn't know if I did see it. What the hell it was? It's probably just a bunch of zeros and ones.
Well, that's what it
That's why
ends up being.
That's why you're seeing like features that should already have been out just come out, is because their code is so old and outdated.
Yep, that's right, Michael. He's on AOL. He needs to get that.
AOL.
Can you hear us all now?
Yeah.
Okay. You left off at
Batman.
basically the Batman.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I took up my freaking mom trying to FaceTime me. About Batman.
With Orlando.
Oh yeah, Orlando with his logo. He has the classic logo that he's used for years at this point, right? So that reinforces the point that Skipping Stones makes is like the people look for that logo first. That logo is like burned into their brain. Like they had a good experience. They're looking for comics. They see that logo and they flock there, and then they go, okay, what does he have today? Like that absolutely is valid, but at the same time, like I think Punisher Rider is valid with like really eye catching and using the AI generated and including everything that's in your show in that image so that they know what they're going into. They look at it, and your marketing is that's also going to help in your marketing because you're drawing the right people. You know what I mean? You're drawing your crowd, and that's gonna bolster your sales. So it's, it's all about finding the people, matching the book to the person. So I think again, it's a hybrid attack. Both are valid approaches that serve different purposes and have pros and cons.
Sure, it's finding that happy medium that works for you.
That's why I
Um,
think the dual pronged attack is the way to go, because you want to cast as wide a net as possible. So if you can get it on both angles, I mean, that's the best. Or if you can have like some type of cool, you have your logo, right? And you include it in every show image, but every show image can be different depending on what you're selling, so that you're actually doing both things at the same time.
okay. Joey, what's your take on what you
I'm
do?
going to reiterate on Punisher's thing that with the books so-called that you got, that you don't have that bait and switch bullshit's got to stop. They shouldn't be doing it. If you're going to put a picture up of what you have, like everybody else is saying. Don't just do it. I mean, I do mine. I got my foreign comics. I got my comics up there. I got my question and answer Thursday. I do a little thumbnail for that. I got my new releases. I put up the key book for the week with that. And then like I got the surprise sets going on. I put up my surprise sets with it, that you got new releases in there, vintage, exclusive, slabs, God packs, but I also use that little salute emoji. I mean, it all depends on what you like. I mean, some people Punisher likes just his logo. I mean, that's fine. Some people like to see pictures. Some people like to see logos. Some people like to see what you got in your show. So if you show them what you got in your show, maybe they will stop by. People, like Skippin said, will go to your show because they know your logo and they know what you got. But it's a half a dozen of one and a half a dozen of the other. People are orientated towards certain things in different ways.
Okay. So would you say maybe if you maybe had books that were listed that people could view, a more logo oriented thing might work, but if you don't do it and you just run what you run, maybe having a little bit of a picture of the books that you might run that show or whatever themed might work better.
Right.
With
See, like my Farmer Comics Thursday that I got running next week, right? I have 3 key books in there that are displayed in the thumbnail. If you come in, you're going to see those 3 books on the rack. I'm not getting you in here on the book and switch.
Yep. Okay.
Dude, I hate when people do that on the promo too. They're like, all these books on the wall. Yeah. That's for tomorrow night's show. Like, oh, you cocksucker, bro. You know exactly what you're doing. You knew what you were doing.
I was taught a long time ago when I first started on Whatnot, if you're going to show something in your show, be ready to fucking sell it or don't show it.
Yep. That's the Whatnot rule, right? The old thing
Right.
that we've kept, the old timers. It's if you show it, you run it.
Well, it goes in any business because I was at Home Depot for 20 years. Okay, I started out there in 1990, and they were only 20 years in the business. Okay, so I learned that.
Why can I see that? You remind me of a Home Depot guy.
Yeah, but
he's a tool for sure.
Sorry.
Oh God. I'm really happy that you guys can have fun at my expense. I really am.
No, it's because we love you. It's because we love you.
Oh.
I want to add a twist to this conversation.
No, not yet.
Well, hold on before we get too far.
We've
still got to get to Omen too. So
yeah, we got to get to Omen. But the thing is
Omen is in here. What's up, Omen?
Yeah, but now I forgot what.
Not only is he late, he just didn't even see who's in the room. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding.
I did it.
Okay.
I did it.
You know, I
Oh,
just
sorry.
like in
I
my
love you.
I
shows.
fucking love Omen.
Crazy cool, badass. No, I think everybody had valid points, but just as like from the newcomer perspective, the noob perspective, my first 2 months on here, forget the single one or two, three key books you have that are big. Your thumbnail for the first, I don't know, I'd say until you hit like 1K, 1.5K orders, your priority should be what are you selling, what's your shipping, and what are you starting at. So, for example, my thumbnails were comic books with Omen bids so that I can get people to read and acknowledge my name, Omen bids, and that would stick with them. Then underneath that, I would put $7 max shipping. I set my shipping at $7 max to incentivize buyers and get more people as a newcomer because they're getting $2 off of that shipping. And then underneath that, I would put, like either $3 start, $5 start, maybe a key or something like that, whatever I want to showcase the show. But then as I switched into other categories and gained a following and, found my niche of people, I was able to switch to like Punisher, T, Joey, everyone said, to just one solidified thumbnail. Now I have comic show thumbnail, I have a smoke shop show thumbnail, and I have a coin show thumbnail. So that way people know what store of mine they're coming to that day. So you don't really have that luxury of putting just your logo up or putting just one item up as your thumbnail as a newcomer. That's your number one shot at showcasing yourself to everyone else. You really got to build that brand and name for yourself. And with the logo, I think that's something interesting we're starting to come across is there's a lot of businesses on Whatnot, and there's a lot of side hustle sellers. Both
There's
are
a lot of scammers too.
Yeah, and scammers, of course. So both are okay, but the logo is what distinguishes you as a business versus a side hustle seller. If you are doing this full time and you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in your name, and you're just posting some BS picture as a thumbnail, you're not going to build a business or a brand. Walmart and Amazon don't do that. But again, if this is your side hustle, you work 9 to 5, 10 to 6 during the day, and you're just trying to offload some bucks, by all means do that, and it might work for you. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum with that. So logo, it's only necessary if you really want to set yourself apart as a business. And that's all I got for that.
Oh, you are definitely from Buffalo if you say
Can I
yuck your yum. My God.
let me just say
Joe.
one thing.
You're on the border.
Yeah.
You're basically
Omen.
from Buffalo.
Omen, I got those cards from you.
Yeah, how'd you like them?
How did I like them? I didn't even get a chance to have them. They went fucking nuts over them on the giveaways.
Nice.
I'm serious.
Nice, man.
I'm totally
glad to
serious
hear
with you, man. It was the big hit of the night.
I'm glad to hear it. See, that's what I mean with the
They were like, "Oh
commingling
my
is-
God, Hellraiser! Oh my God, Bruce Lee!" And it was like crazy shit, man. And they loved the way to. Oh, you really got the good ones now, don't you? And I was like, yeah.
I love it, man. I got to send you more.
I want to add a twist to this topic.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're done. Nobody wants to
Poor
hear your
Joey
shit.
hasn't even got to finish his turn yet.
Oh, yeah, he has. He's been talking the whole time.
I got 4 boxes coming in, Omen.
Nice.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I want to add a twist that nobody brought up.
A twist?
A twist to this topic. Actually,
Yeah.
this topic.
It's a friggin' reach around. It ain't a twist.
Yes. Personal pictures as your thumbnail.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Yeah.
It's so cringe.
Is it Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, TikTok? That's something nobody's brought up about personal pictures as their profile pics for their shows.
I will say for the ladies, no judgment there because you're going to attract all the creeps. But hey, if you're trying to make some quick money and you're fine with just taking money from a bunch of creeps, I understand that selfie game. Now,
Yeah, they do that.
not Joey DWW, Joe Schmo, the freaking crazy guy next door.
Yeah,
If he
I know
posts a selfie, and he looks freaking terrible, like he just woke up out of bed. Yeah, that's nasty. And I see it all the time. It's gross.
So that's maybe that topic for another day.
Well, we kind of talked about it on the AI, whether that's going to be in the future, whether you're going to be able to do that. But be the hot looking girl. It doesn't really matter because AI is going to get to that point and it's close. So be
It's real
prepared. Yeah. So great topics this week. Great conversations. Does anybody have anything they'd like to bring up before we go around the horn?
Maybe for next week, but we should definitely touch on the USPS raising rates, and
Okay.
got to pick Punisher's brain about that.
They already did.
Yeah, I know they already did, but I know Whatnot is taking some time. I don't see any changes to the app yet.
No, if they did change it, then the max shipping charge would have went up already.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's coming soon or if that's something we should anticipate. That's kind of what I wanted to discuss and pick his brain about, but we could definitely side table that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, dude,
I'm not right here.
Glenn, I have a kind of interesting thing. I have the premiere status, but on my checklist it says that I'm uneligible, and it usually kicks in on the first of the month. So I did a whole show last night, like "Say Goodbye to My Wings." Like I marketed it like as such, and then today I didn't lose my wings. So I reached out to Gotham because they reached out to the one in the show. They hit me up in the penis chat. Do you know what the penis chat is?
I don't see him there right now.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, we know what the penis chat is.
Okay. So Gotham hit me in the penis chat, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm losing my thing too." So I was like, oh, "All right, he's losing it. Okay, that makes sense." Okay. So then the next day, both of us didn't lose it. Gotham still has their premiere status. I still have my premiere status.
But you want to know something? We touched on that last week about you guys having your wings and yada yada yada, and that's because you do $50,000 in sales in 3 months or whatever it is. And I told everybody I really don't think that's fair. That just because you guys bring all the money into them, but the people who do serve the community and treat their customers right don't get any recognition or respect whatsoever from Whatnot.
No, I will say, I mean, it's like a grind and a hustle. Like, Steve has 5 stars at 75,000 plus.
Oh no, I'm not talking about him. I got nothing to say. I'm talking about it in general.
Yeah, no, I was just using him as an example, but
yeah,
like if they have 5 stars at that level, I feel like it's well earned. But like you said, if there's people that are like 4.5 and above, like to 4.7, it's definitely a little.
I mean, there's sellers out there that take 6 to 10 days to ship their shit.
Yeah.
And I
thought it was weird that I didn't lose the wings. Gotham didn't lose their wings. What happened? What happened?
Look at your sales for the last 3 months, and it'll tell you.
Well, yeah.
I checked my checklist. Like, dude, I'm all over it. I checked my checklist. It says you are not eligible. You did not. I didn't make my checklist.
What I'm saying to you is forget about what the checklist says. Actually go in and look at your sales for the last 3 months that it was, because then you hit your sales quota.
No, it's not a sales. It's not a sales thing.
Yes, it is. $50,000 you got to make in 3 months.
There's other parameters that you have to make.
I know there's other parameters, but the big one is you got to do $50,000 in sales in 3 months. And, I mean, you can go and look it up right now. It says it right there. That's why.
Yeah. So if you don't have one of your things, you're not eligible. And what I'm saying is, I did not have one of my things. Like you go to the checklist, and it'll green up all the different things that you have to hit to make it. I did not make it. I did not hit all my requirements. I should have lost my wings. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't
You'll
know.
lose it tomorrow, April Fools.
Yep.
They're giving you an extra day with it. But the weird thing
yeah.
is that it happened to Gotham too. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? It happened to Gotham too.
I'm sure they're changing some
That's
eligibility
what I don't understand.
requirements and
They should have lost their wings too.
BS.
Yeah. Who knows? All right. Well,
Oh, I thought that would have been interesting. All right, GG's.
cool. Well, you didn't lose it, so that's a good thing. All right.
I didn't
Nope.
mean for this to be like Crazy Cool Comics. That's Golden Wings, everyone. Just a reminder.
Yeah,
Crazy Cool Comics is golden. That was not my intention.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change my logo to little.
the golden
Listen,
wings.
if you want them, dude, you can have them. You can have them.
I don't give a shit about the wings. I don't really.
Yeah, dude, they're overrated. They are overrated.
There's only one benefit to it, and that's the percentage.
And it's 0.8%.
Yeah, it's not much.
So GG's, bro.
So what are we?
all right.
What are we at? 12%.
No, instead of 8%, they take 7.2%.
Oh my God! Really? That's it?
That's it, bro. That's it.
Have your wings, man. Go fly away.
That's it.
All right. So we're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna have everybody say what they've got going on, where they can find you, and we're gonna bring this week's show to a close. But we're going to start with Mr. Shower Upper, or non-shower upper.
Halfway
we're gonna
shower
start
up. Late. I'm the worst.
Yeah, the interrupter. All right.
Crazy Cool Comics on Whatnot Crazy Cool Comics on Instagram. Pretty simple. Saturday morning Slam Fest.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice and easy.
That's it.
Perfect.
I'm simple.
Perfect. Mr. Punisher.
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations for Crazy Cool. I know how hard you work, man. That's just awesome, dude, to be able to achieve that. So congratulations on that, man. I mean,
I'm losing them, but thank you.
but no, to even earn them, dude, that's super cool, man. It really,
was
really
nice,
is.
yeah. It was sweet to taste victory for but a month, yes.
I am Punisher Rider, the one and only. I will be on this Saturday. Also, we are finishing up our books right now. We are about halfway through our books for Terrificon for that exclusive. We also have some other big projects in the works. I have other artists I'm also working with, but I'm super excited about Terrificon. Flat Earth's going to be with us, the Soder Pops, Jay Sless, the whole entire NWO. We have a booth. It's going to be pretty exciting up there. Me and Flat Earth at the same booth. That's going to be pretty scary for an entire weekend. For everybody on this panel, we've been doing this now for a while, and I can tell you that you all have made a difference to people in this community. There are people that we have really helped them. We have some people that we have haters. There's no doubt. There's some people that don't like it, and that's okay. You can't make everyone happy. As much as we try, as much as we can, you can only do what you can humanly possible do. But each one of you are making a difference. Each one of you have a show that people enjoy coming in, so you should all be proud of yourselves. As far as everyone here, I wish nothing but the best. No matter what you guys do, the successes. If you guys ever fall down, just remember to get back up. If you ever need a hand, Punisher Rider's here for you. I might give you shit, but I tell you what, nobody's going to have your back like Punisher Rider. Besides that, thanks, guys. Another great week. Awesome to see everyone.
All right, Mr. Joey. What have you got coming up?
You can find me here on Whatnot, whatever day, but definitely on Sundays for new FOC orders. I do a Tuesday show for new releases. Thursday show, I do kind of whatever, and Friday whatever. Whatnot, Instagram, and TikTok, all the same. The same name. And like I said last week, I started the book club. Flat Earth knows about it. You guys all know about it. Cool Comics, I don't think you know about it. Or should I say, non-shower upper. So I started the book club, and they join for $20. You get a free new release with it, but you also get 20% off all your purchases and stuff like that. It's a lifetime membership. I don't make no money on the deal. Okay. It's just to get them so that they get some type of perk, because I like giving back to the community, no matter how it is. All right. And I always do that. I also have May 16th and 17th is going to be a premiere of a full 16-page book that was written by me, lettered by me, covers done by Vic Moya here in Las Vegas, and James Stone, who did the interiors, and JoJo's Collectibles is also in that. So we're going to be premiering that May 16th and 17th in Texas at JoJo's Collectibles and the show that's going on there. What else? Come on, help me out here.
I
Don't know.
I don't know either, man. I'm old, man.
Well, we'll move on to Mr. Omen Bids. What have you got going on?
Yeah, you can find me at Omen Bids on Whatnot and Instagram. If you would like to join my Discord community to connect Whatnot buyers and sellers, just shoot me a DM either on Whatnot or Instagram, and I'd be happy to add you to that. Got some good stuff over there. And if you are watching this and you were a part of my past 4 months on Whatnot, I just want to say a big thank you for getting me to where I am. That includes each and every one of you on the panel. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So big thank you to everybody.
Nice. And Skippin'?
First, I want to say thank you again for having me. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be on this panel. Thank you, Omen, Punisher, Joey, and Crazy. It's an honor to serve with you on this panel. You can find me Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays, 4 p.m. Pacific, because I live in the past, on Whatnot. And I want to say thank you to my mods, Michael, Tawny, Punisher, Omen, Zilla. You guys have helped me out so much through this time, and to all my other friends I've made, it's truly been an honor to serve you guys and hang out with you guys and be part of the journey with you guys. And after the show, I hope you all will join me over on Ed Gets It Cheap, because he's going to blow up fucking Whatnot tonight from the sounds of it. And I hope y'all join me there.
Nice. And I guess I'll do the
All right, time to go, everybody.
Yeah, thank you to all the panelists. Thank you to the chat. Seriously, chat, you guys make this happen. We do this for new sellers. We do this for you guys. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. I know it's a saying, and it's not my saying. It's Jason from the Eclectic Nerd. But guess what? It's so good. It's so apropos that I use it. You can get me on Whatnot at FES Comics. You can get me on Instagram as Flatter Santa or FES Comics. Most of my selling is at local shows or on Instagram. One thing I want to say, I would like everybody to have an Instagram if you do, and subscribe to everybody out there on Instagram. Please go and subscribe to everyone. We want them to be able to do live on Instagram as well. You need 1,000 followers to be able to do that. So please get out there.
Who needs followers?
We all do, probably.
Well, let me know, because I mean, I got people followers on Instagram with no problem whatsoever.
So get out there, get followers, follow everybody on this panel, follow everybody in the chat, because you know what? At some point, probably some of these guys are going to become sellers. That's why they're tuning in. So please get out there. We really appreciate it. And guys, when I joke, it's because I actually do care. I don't joke with it's when I don't joke with you guys, that's when you should be like, something's off.
Hey, listen, you want to know something? I have fun at my own expense too. So
yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Just like I've got Mr. Sensitive over there up top.
Is that Punisher?
No, that's crazy. It's an old joke.
Oh no.
It's an inside joke.
Can I interrupt?
Oh, how did he do that? He changed it to Mr. Sensitive. How did you do that?
Hey,
I have just like He-Man. I have the power.
Hey, Omen. All right, this is going to go for Omen. There's a little story behind me and Omen. I don't know how you guys rated, but when I used to raid from finishing my show, I used to raid people who didn't have a lot of people in their show. So I rated Omen when he first started. How many people did you have in your room? Like 6 or 7?
Yeah, maybe at most
6 or 7. So then you had 8 when I came in. That was a joke, people.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously, now come on.
But the joke is rooted in truth.
No, well, no. Oh my God, no, seriously, and and he thanked me so much, and thank you. And every time I went in his show, he kept on thanking me and thanking me and hey, Joey was the first one to ever raid me. Every show he was saying that, and from that point till now, you've come a long way, sir. You've come a long way.
I appreciate
So
you.
congrats to you. Congrats to you.
I will forever thank you for that.
Nice. And guys, thank you again. Thank you everybody on the panel. Skippin, Omen, Joey. Joey never shuts up, and Mr. Sensitive. Oh, by the way, we had a poll going the whole thing. We got 11 votes. It's should we
12.
blame Punisher? Yes or yes?
12 votes.
And
what?
we got 12. There's a vote in the YouTube. Yeah, you got to be on YouTube to see it.
For what? To vote?
No, it was. Do we blame Punisher? Yes or yes?
Yeah.
We blame Punisher. We're blaming him for everything. It's yes or yes. He gets
12 votes for yes.
And 100% of the votes was yes.
I got a mail-in vote. Yes, and yes, and yes.
All right.
And the funny part about it is it's the first yes that got all the votes.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I don't know if you could probably do the other one. I just put yes and yes because I just wanted to make sure it got
That is an ongoing thing on a lot of streams. Always blame Punisher for everything.
Yeah.
So I never
All right.
drank yet.
Okay, everybody. Thank you again. We'll see you guys next week. I'm going to play us out. I will stay backstage for a few minutes. But yeah, if you want to chat, you're more than welcome to stay on, and we'll go from there. All right. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you again for coming. Had an absolute blast.
You sounded like you were stoned.